Guys, hope you are doing well. Welcome in the next video of the course. Basically, in this video, we are going to create a user profile after when the user directly sign up. So now let's get into it without wasting further time. Let's click on get started and then let's create one account. Going to name it uh, test@gmail.com, right? Password is 123456. Same password again here, otherwise it will give you error. Sign up, right? So yeah, this is the screen. In this screen we will be working or we will be implementing our backend. So basically first name, last name, mobile number, date of birth and gender selection, and after clicking on save button will send us to the home screen. So what I have did so far is you can select image by clicking on the camera icon and clicking on this and selecting image. So basically it is then showing the image over here, first name and also the things. So if you guys let me to explain things here, so I have created select date. It is basically for date of birth. When you click on this you can select the date, right? And male female is the checkbox. So I think it's not a difficult thing if you guys want to learn backend. So I expect these things that you already know these things, right? So if we take a look at the perspective of backend, so uh, all the things that come in is on the click of save button, right? So I have this save button under yeah, that is my save button. So if you can see, I have added few things. First of all, I have made a check on date of birth. If date of birth dot text this is empty, then I have called a few validation, and then I have called validation for the text fields as well. So once all the things are done, for example, I'm going to click on the save. You guys can see it is warning for first name is required, last name is required, and mobile number is required, right, with a proper red mark of the text field. So things that are done till now is explained to you. So now what we have to do when user click on the save, actually what is the work that we have to perform on the backend. So first of all, inside all section we have to create a method, a very general method that will be using everywhere if you want to upload file, right? So we will be giving a method the file, and as a return we will be expecting the url of the file. So how I'm going to do is I'm going to create a method with the future, and it will return basically url of the file that we have uploaded to Firebase storage. And then I'm going to name it upload image to Firebase storage, right? It will expect a file. Let's import .io. Make sure you import io, not html version. And then we have to do few things over here. First of all, we have to create a variable for the image url, right, and initialize it with empty string. And then we have to create another variable for the file name or the image name, right? And in this case we have to import one thing, and it is called path. Import path, and we have to name it as alias as path with capital P. It's just convention, not must. Now let's start again our work of implementation. So I'm going to name it path dot base name. So the base name of the file that we have provided will be get image dot path, right? And then we have to create a reference. to the file in Firebase storage. So for that purpose, I think we have to install Firebase underscore storage plugin as well. And for storing data into the into Firestore, we have to install it as well. Uh, Let me check for it. Firebase Firestore, I think. Yeah, its name is cloud underscore Firestore. So we have to install Cloud Firestore for storing data in a Firestore, right? Let's pubget. And another thing that I have did before starting the video is image picker. In this, as you guys can see, I have picked image from the phone or gallery. So for this, you have to go towards the image picker, and I think there is no configuration required from the Android side instead of Android 4.3, and also there's configuration for iOS, right? We have successfully installed the plugin, and let's off and again run the app. Once the app is running, I will get back to you. The plugin is installed successfully. Now let's move toward auth controller again in order to continue upload image to Firebase storage function. So for reference, we have to create Firebase storage instance dot instance, and then we have to call ref. This is basically a reference dot child, and inside child we have to pass the folder name, like suppose I want to name it profile images slash then the file name, right? And after this we have to call the semicolon. We are done with referencing, so now let's basically upload the file. So I will create upload task equal to a reference that we have recently created dot put file at that reference. What is the file is basically our image. After that we have to listen for the snapshot. Task snapshot equal to await. So as uploading file is a kind of asynchronous work, so we have to make it await. Upload task dot when complete. When it complete, let us know, right? After getting complete, we will take await task snapshot dot reference dot get download URL. So basically this will give us the download URL of the uploaded file, and then we have to call again catch error for handling errors. Error happen. So once we are done with doing this, we have already created image URL, so just we have to assign it image URL equal to value is basically download URL, and then we have to return image URL. So that's the very generic function that you guys can use in any application that are using Firebase storage in order to upload your media, right? After uploading the uh, image of the profile or profile image, we have to run app again. Let's run the app, and for now let's wait. App is now running, and we have almost completed to upload image to Firebase storage in a very generic way. So let's focus on other thing as well. done with uploading file to Firebase storage, and we have other 4 information as well, sorry 5, and we have to store this as well. For this I have created 1 2 3 4 text editing controller and associated with their respective text fields. And another thing is I have created a profile image and a file that will get a record of the file that we have selected, and selected radio. Selected radio means basically if it is 0, then 0 means male, if it is 1, then it means female. So now let's move to the save on press feature. So here we have to create another function inside auth controller, which will be helping us to upload or create our profile information in the Firebase in a cloud Firestore. So let me name it upload profile data. Yeah. So what it will be happening is it will expect few parameters, like first of all file. Okay, let's name it string, image URL, and also question mark can be nullable. Or let's remove this thing, let's make it simple. String image URL, string first name, string last name, right, string mobile number, and string date of birth. And again we have to collect string gender, right? So we have to pass this information to the function, and after that our function will calling a Firebase Cloud Firestore to save this information. So how it will be working, basically we have to call Firebase Firestore instance.collection. We are going to create a users collection, and then inside user collection we will create a document. What the document will contain, or what will be the document ID, is basically representing the user ID. String UID equal to Firebase auth dot instance dot current user. So we are getting a UID from the current user, and then that UID will be basically a document ID dot set. We have to call set, right? And then we have to provide our data to the map. Like in case of image, I'm going to pass image URL. In case of first name, I'm going to name it first and first name. For last name, I'm name it last name, and for date of birth, DOB is okay, and for gender, sorry, I'm going to pass gender as it is. So now we have done with uploading data to the cloud Firestore. Let's call this function. But before calling this function, we have to upload the profile image that we have selected. So how we can do this is very simple. First of all, we have to call auth controller. I'm sorry. We have to make another check. If profile image equal to null, then again return. But with a different message. Warning, image is required, right? Once image is also selected, then what we will be doing is auth controller. Okay. So we have to get the controller that we have already created by making an instance auth controller get dot find, right? So I have already opened this screen. I'm going to shift it back. Okay, so I have already navigated to this screen, so init state will not be called again, right? I'm going to get it over here. Auth controller get dot find, and the type is auth controller. Or let me do it in a very proper way. Let's call it again here, and then we have to call it from the save button. Auth controller dot upload image to Firebase storage, and our image is profile image. Make sure to do this and also put over here, and this will return string URL, string image URL await, and we have to mark it async. After getting image URL, we have to call auth controller dot upload profile data. So image URL will be this, and make sure to call exclamation mark. For the first name we have controller. For this first name controller dot text dot trim, last name controller dot text dot trim, right? Mobile number dot text dot trim, date of birth dob dot text dot trim, and gender. So we have to do a little bit small logic over here. So our variable name is selected radio. I am going to implement a check over here. Selected radio, if this is equal to 1, 0, this means current gender is male, otherwise it is female. Okay guys, so we are done with uploading information to Firebase. So again we have to create one loading variable. Variable is profile information loading. We have to make it by default observable false, and once we are done with uploading we have to mark it false. Dot then is profile, and inside now let's call from the view. Here we have to make it true. Auth controller dot is profile information loading true. Once it's done it get to false, and over here we have to mark it observable in order to show circular progress indicator. OBX auth controller dot value, and inside center circular progress indicator, and that's it. We are done with implementing our logic. So one last thing is, don't worry about the error for now. So once we are done with this, so we should be able to navigate to the home screen. Get dot off all, so all the pages that we have in the stack will be removed and user will be shifted to the dummy. Okay, what was the home screen? It will be redirected to the home screen. Now let's restart it. Don't worry about the error for now. So app is restarted. Let's check get started, and let's sign with another email, test2@gmail.com 123456 123456. Click on sign up. Process on the way. Let's upload one image. Select from here, and let's select this image. Image is selected. Going to name it first name Osama, last name Quraishi, mobile number is the dummy mobile number 02333, and date of birth is also dummy. right? And gender is male. Now let's see, I'm going to click on the save button. So it is saying enter valid phone number because I think I have implemented a logic on it where it is. Hmm. So yeah, the phone number should be greater than 10 digits, or should be, yeah, it should be greater than 9 digits. 1 2 3. Okay, let's add few, and yeah, it is now working. Okay, sorry. So you guys can see I got an error is unhandled exception. Firebase storage object not found. So we got an error. That is also a good way to learn. So first of all, we have to enable the storage. Actually, I have did this mistake by myself in order to show if you have not enabled Firebase storage, what will be the error. Now let's click on get started and test mode, next, and done. Also we have to enable file store database after this. So basically it is enabled. Now let's click on rules, so I can show you how the rules is basically looking like. It is saying that allow read write until for until 24 of the fourth month. So it is available to in test mode. Now let's enable Firestore database. Now let's click on create database. Also this is in test mode. Next, and enable. So yeah guys, we have enabled. Now again let's give it let's give it a restart. Get started. Let's sign up another account, test3@gmail.com. 23456. Now let's click on the camera icon. So basically image is selected, first name Osama, last name Qureshi, phone number is dummy, right? Date of birth also dummy. And now let's click on save. So it is loading, it means progress is on the way. So yeah guys, have you see basically our image is uploaded to Firebase storage, and then reference is stored to the cloud Firestore. Let me show you. I have switched over here. Let's click on storage. And yeah, profile image is created over here, and it contains the image that I have uploaded. It will be previewed or there. Yeah, now let's see our data in the Firestore database. User is created with my particular document ID, date of birth, name, gender, profile image, and last name is also everything there. So that's all about this video. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please share and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Thank you.